All right, so
I have to give you a little bit of credit for this.
Yeah, we can overdub it later. Just
I haven't had any crazy stories about. Oh wait, no, I do. I got robbed at gunpoint, mugged.
Checking for me, but I ain't checking for them. No.
sleazy real estate guys, but all right, so another episode of the EP podcast here, back at it once again, covering headlines, going beyond them with the one and only Arthur Hannick. Arthur, what's going on, man?
Not much. How's everything with you?
Oh, better now. So a little inside information here. We just spent the past 4 hours troubleshooting a bunch of stuff. So we're trying not to take each other's head out. But other than that, lovely. A lot to cover. Government shutdown. Ty Lopez. Israel. They're doing a lot of Israel influencer funding. Netflix losing billions after a tweet by some guy. You might know him. His name is Elon Musk. And what Gen Alphas want to be when they grow up. Would you mind lowering my volume a little bit, please?
I'm going to lower. It's the actual laptop because this is in the good zone.
Okay.
It's right in the yellow.
Okay, thank you. All right, so now I'm a little low.
No.
Sure, yeah. All right, cool. All right, so Arthur, government shutdown. I'm going to open this up here really quick. All right, so on October 1st at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time, the U.S. federal government officially entered a shutdown after Congress failed to pass appropriations or a continuing resolution. Now, this has been essentially headlining everything this past week, right? I'm hearing everything. I'm hearing it's the left's fault. I'm hearing from the left, it's the right's fault. And it's just, no matter who you listen to, everybody's pointing on one thing after the other. To be fully honest with you, they're both confusing me. I get it's, at least from what I've seen, the main thing is the health funding, right?
The marketplace.
Right. So what do you know about this so far? What do you got going on your end?
Okay. Well, it sounds like the Democrats are pushing that they're not going to approve an extension of the deadline for this bill unless they can have the marketplace subsidies included, which expire at the end of this year, and people are supposed to sign up for health care starting, I think, now. I think the marketplace is open. If it's not open now, it'll be open November 1st. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be a problem because small businesses won't be able to, or individuals that have small businesses won't be able to get subsidized health insurance anymore because that's ending. So it sounds like a lot of people are going to go back to the old system where they just didn't have health insurance and hoped for the best. But here's the interesting part, which I don't understand how the left and right can keep blaming each other. Last I heard, it's a Republican president, a Republican Senate, and a Republican House. So if something can't pass, there's something wrong on the Republican side because they have the votes. So this means that every time they've been voting, at least one or more Republicans has been jumping ship.
Yeah. So I heard that part of the whole shutdown had to do, I think, supposedly with something with Chuck Schumer. I forget exactly what it was, but we could dive into that a little bit more. But just to give a little bit more context to the viewer, so as we spoke, when it happened, over as you said, healthcare subsidies, foreign aid, and federal spending levels. Now, this is affecting roughly 800,000 federal employees through furloughs and a lot more work without pay. Now, as we also saw here, you mentioned, some people, when something like that happens, it means that someone from the right. Is it too loud?
There's an echo on that, and I don't need it.
Is there?
We only need this when we're listening to video, right?
Okay. It's up to you.
When we put a video on, I'll put the headphones back on, but the
Sure.
echo is messing with me.
Is there an echo on your one? Okay. Anyways, moving off. So I'm hearing a lot of things, right? I'm hearing that it's the left fault, the right's fault. I've seen videos now from, what's it called? From Mike Johnson. I'm hearing stuff from AOC. I'm hearing stuff from Chuck Schumer, and it's just one thing being thrown after the left. The specific thing that I'm hearing through social media is the what's it called? The healthcare part. I think it's like medicated stuff. The right is arguing that it's aiding illegal immigrants. Now, I'm a little conflicted with that for the reason that, we had the illegal immigrant conversation earlier this year. And as we have already covered, illegal immigrants do pay taxes in more way than one, right? Now, I also understand the argument of this specific like healthcare and programs and all these assistance programs supposed to be for Americans. I get that argument, but at the same time, it's a little contradicting when they are paying taxes that benefit the U.S. So I'm a little conflicted there. And I'm hearing things from both sides. Like even Whoopi Goldberg came out saying that what Mike Johnson is saying, a representative of the House, right, is saying that what's it called? That what he's saying is a lie, and then it's just going back and forth. We have a video here from Whoopi. If you just want to pull that up, please. Yeah, you might have to
The
keep it.
administration has claimed this is about Democrats wanting to give health care to undocumented people.
They wanted to give health care to illegal aliens instead of keeping critical services provided for the American citizens.
This is not true. The Democrats want federal subsidies to continue to help American citizens afford Obamacare policies and reverse cuts to Medicaid. Neither one of those changes would provide health coverage to undocumented immigrants. Right. They are not eligible for any of those programs, none of them, and haven't been for decades.
It's fine. I mean, her point is valid.
But here's the thing, though. It is Whoopi Goldberg, and it is The View. Goldberg, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I was trying to figure who you're talking about now.
Yeah, sorry, Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi.
Sorry, my bad.
Just say Whoopi. Everyone knows who that is.
Okay, cool.
But no, that is correct. You can't get onto the Obamacare program without being a citizen. Mm-hmm. So all this rhetoric from Johnson saying that, illegal immigrants can qualify for the Affordable Care Act is bullshit. They can't.
So
to get that, you have to put in your Social Security number.
Okay.
You can't get your if you're illegal, you don't have a Social Security number.
So Mike Johnson also came out at Fox News, which has Fox Business, which as we know is more Republican. He came out with a video here saying this when he showed up on there.
The Democrats insist our bill does not provide federal dollars for health care for illegal immigrants. And you say what?
I say they obviously have not read their bill. This counter proposal that he filed, everybody can Google it, go pull it up. It's on the Senate.
Go back. Oh, actually, I think he says it on this video. Yeah, just play it again. Sorry.
The Democrats insist our bill does not provide federal dollars for health care for illegal immigrants. And you say what?
I say they obviously have not read their bill. This counter proposal that he filed, everybody can Google it, go pull it up. It's on the Senate's website and in the legislative text. Go to page 57 of Chuck Schumer's bill and look at section 2141. It says right there in plain language they want to repeal the health provisions of the One Big Beautiful Bill.
I do part ways with you here on this idea of plain language.
Well, okay.
I read that whole section. It might as well be written in Mandarin.
And that's probably why the Democrats don't understand what they filed. But if you interpret that and you get through all the subsections, what you realize is they're trying to take out in its entirety the reforms that we put into the Big Beautiful Bill pertaining to health.
So, reactions.
All right. Well, first of all, before the Big Beautiful Bill.
Do you actually have an echo on that?
Yes.
Let me hear it. Because that's weird. If you have one, I don't. Go ahead, talk.
Okay, so the Big Beautiful Bill, that went against
Okay, I'm listening.
The the first one he did, the Tax Cut and Jobs Act, where he kept Obamacare. He didn't want to call it Obamacare. We relabeled it because he didn't like the name Obamacare. But Trump's also gone out there publicly and announced that he saved Obamacare. But he called it something different. Exact same thing as what Obamacare was, same plan, same everything, different name. But he saved it. Trump wants to make sure he's credited with saving it after he campaigned against it. But the big beautiful bill is all about it's not helping people. The things in there don't make sense. And when you start to think this through, everybody wants to talk about the whole trickle-down economics never worked, where you give the tax cuts to the wealthy and they're supposed to share the money going down. That doesn't work. What has always worked is you put the money into the hands at the bottom of the pyramid and let it go out and be spent, and then the money flows up. Here's what I really don't understand is why the Republicans are so against it. It makes no sense. So if people don't have health insurance, what does that mean? They're not going to go to the doctors. They're not going to go to the hospitals. If they don't go to the doctors and they don't go to the hospitals, what ends up happening? Hospitals shut down. If hospitals shut down, who are the people that are financially impacted by it? First of all, the staff, doctors and nurses. Where do doctors fall on the economic scale?
Up there.
So we're going to take money out of the pockets of doctors because they're going to be unemployed. Now let's talk about the people who own the hospitals. If you own a hospital, where do you think you fall on the economic scale?
Up there.
Even higher than the doctors.
Yeah.
So what they want to do makes absolutely no sense, because they're taking money out of their own pockets. Not today, not tomorrow, but in the next couple of years, all of a sudden, they're going to be the first ones complaining about, well, now we have all these doctors that are unemployed because all these hospitals closed. And can you believe all these hospital owners are now struggling, that they have these big empty buildings and nothing's happening in there?
Where did this article come?
It doesn't make sense. But let's just get down to the root of this whole thing. We're shutting down the government over an imaginary cap on spending. How the hell is that productive? At the end of the day, like every other time that has ever happened before, we turn around and we go ahead and vote to increase the debt ceiling. And in the meantime, everybody who has been furloughed... Now, let's get this clear. We have people that have to go to work and not get paid right now. So right now they're volunteering with the hope that the government will get this straightened out, and then they're going to get all their back pay. In the meantime, like we had the last time Trump was president and we had the government shutdown, so seeing a little bit of a pattern here, people were unemployed for a month. And what happened at the end of the month? Everybody who got to stay home and not go to work got a back paycheck. So they got a 1-month holiday in pay. Now, the hard part is if they weren't financially stable to be able to support themselves off of their savings for a month, that really made things difficult, and I feel for them. But at the end of the day, I would like to be told, stay home for a month, and when we straighten out this mess, we're going to go ahead and pay you all your back pay. That's never been offered to me. Only in the government can you do that. But the bigger part of this is I don't know how many of your 800 million is actually government employees, or if that is only government employees, because there's also contract...
800,000. No, you said 800 million. No, you're good. You're good.
800,
Just want to clarify.
800,000 is actually government employees, which is probably accurate. How many government contractors are there? Because a government contractor is not guaranteed that money. So now we just laid off people that are dependent upon the federal government, but not directly, because they go through a middleman, a middle company that hires them. And it's all smoke and mirrors, because we don't want to say we pay this much in government salary. So let's hire these contractors that will supply us the labor, so we do pay that much in salary, but not on the books, because we only have this many government employees, but we have this many government contractors, but they don't count as employees, so we don't have to put them on the books.
So what's your point, Arthur?
So these government contractors are also going to be in the group of people that are hurting, and the government contractor group is actually much larger than the federal government employees. So you might be saying there's 800,000 government...
But it might be more than that.
But that's 800 that it's directly affected. Then there's the indirectly, which could be 3 or 4 million people, because typically the contractors are 3 to 4 times larger of a pool than what the government employees are. So we have all those people that now all of a sudden don't have a paycheck.
So,
and at the end of the day, it only hurts the economy.
That's what I say. Majority of Americans are against this whole situation happening, with half of them being Democrats, leaving the other half for Republicans. But are you telling me that essentially this whole trickle-down economics thing it only favors right now? It should be favoring the people with the most money, but what they're trying to do is the opposite. Because they're shutting down the hospitals and all that stuff, which really benefits those with the wealthy.
Eventually, they'll be shutting down the hospitals when they take this away, because if people can't afford the subsidy for the health insurance, then they end up not having health insurance. And when you don't have health insurance, you don't go to the doctor.
Okay.
So if you don't go to the doctor for your regular visits, that means there's less. I mean,
I understand. Let me go backwards, because you touched on a lot there. So you kind of just... Boom. That's why I laugh. I'm like, whoa, where this came from? I'm not going to make that comment I was going to make. But anyways, you started with saying that the whole trickle-down economics things doesn't work, right?
Correct.
Because essentially the money will eventually go back up to the rich.
Well,
you were saying...
First of all, trickle-down economics has never worked. When you put all the money back in the hands of the few at the top of the pyramid, you think that money is going to spill down into the lower levels. It doesn't. You
were saying that if you put it at the bottom of the pyramid, it'll eventually make its way back up.
Correct.
Which you had that discussion recently. We were having that discussion recently about how, one of the theory is that if you spread all the money down to like everybody equally, it eventually come back up to the wealthy. And then on top of that, so for that reason alone, it doesn't make sense. So if that's not the problem, if it doesn't make sense from that, then what do you think it is? Because then there's the other aspect of the illegal immigrant. Because I remember I saw Mike Johnson saying in one video that some of these illegal immigrants are double dipping. Like they'll get aid from one state, and then they'll be able to apply for one in another state. So that's one of the arguments I saw being made. So I really don't know. Really, who to believe here?
That argument doesn't make sense, because first of all, aid is not 100%. It's not 100%. You still have to pay something. So now what Mike Johnson. What Mike Johnson just said is that a person, doesn't matter, immigrant, illegal, not citizen. What he's now saying is that somebody's going to go over to one state and sign up for health care and pay money each month. And then they're going to turn around and go to another state and sign up for healthcare and pay more money each month. They're going to pay twice as much in base. That's what he just said. That does not make any sense.
I get it.
And then the other part of it is, you have to show proof of residency. So I don't think you can't go over to Pennsylvania and say, "Hey, I want to sign up for Pennsylvania's marketplace," because your residency says Delaware. You would have to go get proof of residency in Pennsylvania, and you'd have to have proof of residency in Delaware to be able to sign up in both states. In addition to that, to make this really work, you'd now have to have 2 social security numbers, because believe it or not, there's a cross-reference with your social security numbers.
Yeah, but we've also had people use fake identities too, like all the people's identities, to be able to have access.
That's fine. So now we're using fake identity, but at the same point, they still have to pay something in each state. It's not like, it's 100% free.
So
the marketplace, you have to pay something.
That one video I pulled up with Johnson, when he was specifically referencing that section in Chuck Schumer's... pull up S22A2, that reference right there. Let's look at that real quick, because I was like, okay, what specifically is he referring to in the opposing bill? So go to section, I forget what it was.
Now, the only thing that I can think of is because they stopped using very specific terms and started using very general terms on that last clip. So what he is saying is that if you are uninsured and you're in a car accident and you go into the hospital, in this country, they will take care of you.
Hold on, what it was.
Which is completely different than the marketplace conversation.
Section 2141, I think is what he said. Was that what he said? Yeah, right. No, you passed it. You passed it. Hold up, right there. 2141.
Yep.
So this is what the Democrats are proposing instead of in a position to the big beautiful bill. So they were saying here, repeal of health subtitle changes. And this is where that whole legalese starts coming into play. So I was like, I understood what the one reporter meant. Like, that's where you lose me. So I went into one step further here. Go back to that document I had. And then go to that Google AI. Yeah. Kind of just went there to break it down. Dumb it down a little bit for a little bit. Scroll up. Scroll up. Scroll up. Yep. Okay. So I looked up what specific... No, go back. What specific health provisions the Section 2141 of S2AA2 proposed to repeal? So it's saying that the provisions from the One Big Beautiful Act, which is OBBBA. So specifically the alien Medicaid eligibility, which is what we were talking about. It would reverse a change in terminology that narrow eligibility for Medicaid benefits. Previously, benefits were available to a broader range of qualified aliens, including paroles and asylees, but the OBBA limited eligibility to U.S. citizens and certain long-term lawful residents. The repeal will reinstate the broader eligibility rules. So this is in what angle? Is this talking about OBBA or the...
Okay, so what this is saying is OBBA is currently...
Jesus, man, why do you gotta make these names so fucking long? Sorry.
Well, that's your boy Trump.
Well, I don't know about... Look,
You just agreed. Saw the camera.
Look,
You just agreed.
I just from
agreed.
a marketing standpoint,
Yep,
man.
yep.
You want to use smooth words?
So,
okay.
Okay. So first of all, where the first thing that stands out is qualified aliens.
Yeah.
So that's
Scroll down.
Okay, qualified alien is not an illegal immigrant.
No, I understand. So scroll down.
And then the next thing is that
right there. Before we even go to the next thing, but keep note of that. So what exactly did a qualified alien mean? Is a legal classification on the U.S. immigration law that defines which non-citizens are eligible for certain federal benefits such as Medicaid, the Children Health Insurance Program known as CHIP, and certain other means-tested program. So key categories of qualified aliens. You have to be a lawful permanent resident. You have to be also known as a green card holder.
Correct. That's what I was
refugees. You know, as we know, that's one of the things that the U.S. offers. An asylee and Cuban of Haitian entrance, and that was for, yeah, okay. So they be granted special status under immigration law and parolees. And go down. There should be more. So aliens whose deportation is being withheld. So essentially anybody who might be in the process of getting deported, battered immigrants, victim of human traffic, specific immigrant visas. I never heard of that one. Citizens of freely associated states. Okay. What I'm confused in here, what is OBBA trying to do?
OBBA is trying to at first
in this specific matter. Like, are they trying to like make it only fully U.S. citizens or what? That's where I'm confused.
Well, what did it say? It said OBBA was...
Go up.
She's changed on federal health protected for some non-citizen county. Alien Medicaid eligibility. So yes, OBBA was going to takes away that list you just read, takes away health insurance from all those people.
We don't know that for sure.
That's what it's saying.
The broader range, available to a broader range of qualified. So if we're taking it just from this, that's saying that list we just read.
Correct. In addition to, it would...
go down? Yep.
It said something about... Nope, it's still up there at the top. About... but there was also something about citizens. Appeal the removal of the merit of the Affordable Care Act premium credits during periods of Medicaid. Okay. There's the focus. The changes primarily focused on.
Oh, okay.
So
I got the modified list.
Okay.
Here, 1 second. I'm gonna put it right next to that original list, and then we're gonna pivot. Bear with us, guys. Let's see here. Hold on. You got to be quick with it. All right, now click that. Okay. So what are they looking to consider a qualified alien under the One Big Beautiful Bill Act? That is a different result that I got.
But under the OBBA, they also want to pool
Oh, no, it's the same thing. Sorry.
from citizens, people that have been born and lived in this entire country. OBBA actually takes health insurance away from a list of people in this country. There's part of it is under if you're on.
It says it right here.
Okay.
So this is who OBBA is leaving these health benefits to. Lawful permanent residents, which is what I was before I became a green card holder.
No, but there's more. That's
yeah, no, I know. I'm just going down. So Cubans are keeping it. Haitian immigrants are keeping it. Individuals living lawfully under the U.S. through a compact, free association, COFA, and let's go here. Groups no longer considered qualified aliens for certain benefits. This is where we get to the differences here. Refugees, asylees, victims of trafficking, individuals granted withholding of removal, and humanitarian parolees. So, which is the people that are getting covered now.
right.
How do we feel about that?
I mean, if to be able to get health coverage in this country, you have to be following the rules, and that includes the immigration rules, which means they are green card holders. So how would you feel about being a green card holder and not being eligible for health insurance anymore?
Let's break that down a little bit. You need to be following the immigration rules. Being a green card holder is one of the ways you could become, a legal resident here.
Yep.
Right. So, but what specific rules are you referring to? Being like a lawful abiding citizen, or what?
Well, having a green card.
Okay.
You don't just pick a green card up on the street. Like you had to go through a process to get it.
But a green card is just one form of what's it called? Not being a citizen.
But it being a legal citizen. Being legal, being a non-citizen legally.
Yes.
Okay. So
they're still keeping it though. It said it at the top. One of the people that are keeping it. It says lawful permanent residents, also known as green card holders. So they are keeping it. Those people are they still get the benefits.
There's the definition of a qualified alien for these specific. So they're narrowing down.
Yes, they're narrowing down the list.
So
if you go back to that tab that we had before.
But the list that we've gone over, I don't feel like I have an objection to those very small groups of people qualifying.
Yeah, so let's talk about that a little bit. Pull up that list again that you were just on.
The first one?
No, the one that I just made you move from. Sorry, I know you're jumping back and forth. So let's talk about that. Like, go down a little bit more. Groups no longer considered qualified aliens for certain benefits. Okay, so refugees, asylees, victims of trafficking, individuals granted withholding of removal, humanitarian parolees. Now, refugees. You're a refugee because you're leaving a place of some form of threat to you, which is why we offer the programs we have. We offer for people trying to come here. I can't say that I'm for taking that away.
I mean, it's not a huge group either, and if you go back far enough, I'm sure it's probably started around everything that happened with Cuba in the 60s, and we were happy. Like, if you wanted to get off of Cuba and you could get to the United States, we took you.
Yeah.
How many? I don't think we're talking millions of people got off the island and came here. I can understand that, some of this is going to be a holdover because we've always considered them to have, equate the status of green card without actually having a green card. I mean, part of it you can say is kind of shame on you. You've been in this country for how many decades and you didn't try to go through the process.
Yeah.
But the other part of it is, the process is not easy. So just because you got into the country, it could
I want to say I got
foreseeable.
lucky. I got lucky because I had already been, well, for one, I had family here before I even came to the country.
Right.
So it made the process easier. I won't be ignorant to that. And then second, I was a permanent resident here for some time, so I got to go through the education system. So I didn't even have to go through like the exams where, you get tested and all those questions that
because
I'm sure majority of Americans would fail if we all take. But I guess the bigger question is here, to your point earlier, is if we're pitching for pennies here, if we're given how small of a group this is, then
But here's the
this is where I'm conflicted, right? Because here's it. And up to our viewers, we're both registered independent. To our viewers, I appear more middle right. You appear a little bit more middle left. But right now, I don't understand why is this covering like making a government shutdown?
Okay, but here's what we've just discovered going through this. I didn't read once the words illegal immigrant. And all I heard coming out of Johnson's mouth is that Democrats want to expand health care for illegal immigrants. We just went through this. I'm not seeing that. And he's trying to say that they can't read the bill that they wrote. I'm not seeing anything about illegal immigrants here. It's green card holders plus a very few other people that got into this country without a green card. And we're talking refugees, victims of trafficking. Like, are you telling me that's millions of people and that's going to completely bankrupt the government? Or is it more falling into, do the right thing and help others, that, you let them come into this country, you kind of have the obligation to continue to help them, take care of them to an extent. But we're also assuming that these people just do nothing. Like, I'd be willing to bet the majority of these people are actually functioning members of society, holding jobs.
I would agree. Let's read a little bit further into the. Damn, hearing myself on the mic is making me slur my words.
See, that's why I don't like that.
Reduce benefit access. Key impacts. Key impacts of the OBBA changes. Wait, I think I'm picking up on that audio stuff now. Either that or I'm starting to lose it. All right, reduce benefit access. Lawful immigrants like refugees and asylees who previously had access to a broader safety net will find their access to federal benefits restricted. Okay, now the second point, exclusion of undocumented individuals. The law further, now, undocumented.
Hold on. The law further solidifies the ineligibility of undocumented individuals.
Yep.
So that means that
that's implying that there's currently undocumented individuals receiving some form of health assistance.
That's implying that. But the Republicans, Mike Johnson doesn't have the best track record in my opinion. Because remember what his first bill was that he brought to the floor when he became Speaker of the House?
I do not. What was it?
He brought the bill to the floor that only citizens can vote in elections.
Okay, we're going back to that conversation.
It was already a law.
Uh-huh.
So he brought a law to the floor to be voted on, and everyone voted yes. We agree. We're wasting time bringing laws into place. Hey, let me just go through and go. Well, let's bring back the First Amendment. Hey, do we want to vote on this again? It's a law, but let's vote on it again.
Yeah, that took me back when we went to Florida, and then Chris Cuomo, he was getting lit up in the PBD podcast stage about illegal immigrants voting in certain states when that gets checked.
Yeah.
But there is undocumented illegal immigrants that use fake identities. So, I mean,
there's also United States citizens that use fake identity as well.
All right. Well, that's a whole different conversation we can get into. But let's just briefly put the pin on it and saying, are you a voter ID card? Are you against it? It already exists. It used to be used more before, no?
Well, first of all, here's what the whole thing comes down to: is certain states will not let you vote unless you can produce a photo ID and have to exclusively produce that photo ID. There are still a handful of states that will allow you to walk into the office with your voter registration card, which is the purpose of a voter registration card, is to give you the eligibility to allow you to vote. But there are states out there that say, oh, just because you have a voter registration card doesn't mean you can vote in our state. Like, then why do we have voter registration cards?
Yeah, no, I have to.
And
I have to look more into that. I can't comment.
And that's
on
where the
much.
whole argument was, and that's what Chris was arguing. Is like, it's not that people are trying to vote without ID. Just some states allow you to have multiple different options for ID. Like there are some states, if you walk in with your social security card, that's not sufficient. Some states, if you come in with your social security card, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Like we're verifying identity, and there's more of a check than that. It's not just that. They have a book in front of you, at least in Delaware. I'm sure it works in the other way.
With your name on it, yeah.
Well, not only your name, I have to tell them my address. So I have to be able to tell them where I'm registered to vote with whatever form of ID, whether it be my driver's license, my social security card, my voter registration card. I think Delaware is one of the more liberal ones and has like 8 different types of proof of identity. But they ask me questions and I got to be able to answer and match it to their book.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to look. How I'm seeing it is it's like an extra layer of authentication. That's how I'm seeing it. So there's clearly some details I'm not aware about that is causing the biggest backlash on this. But that's what that's implementing, that there's people, illegal undocumented individuals that are taking what's it called benefit in some of our healthcare programs. So, and then Medicare implication, other provisions of the bill also restrict Medicare access for certain non-legal, LPR again? Permanent resident lawful immigrants, including some long-term residents and seniors who haven't naturalized.
Yep.
Now, I just don't understand why this is causing a shut. Damn, man, it's like I swear we did not drink before this. I know it's Saturday, but I swear we did not drink before this. I'm tripping. I don't know why this is causing a shutdown. I mean,
it doesn't make sense. First, there's no reason to use the budget for a reason for a shutdown, because at the end of the day, we're going to raise the budget ceiling no matter what, because if we don't, then the federal government completely fails and everybody's currency is worthless. That's not going to happen. Second, it's just, this is like a stall tactic and everyone's grandstanding. Like, I understand the Democrats are trying to get bring the whole Affordable Care Act into light, that this is a problem and it's going to be a problem, that the Republicans going, that's not a problem today. That's a problem for January 1st. Let's worry about it when we get there. Well, when people don't sign up for health insurance and all of a sudden their doctors are kind of waiting for patients to come in because no one's coming in for regular health checkups, if people don't spend money at the base, it's not going to trickle up to the top.
Yeah. I got curious because at the end of the day, it just sounds like we don't want to give you the credit for something. It just sounds like it's a Democrat versus Republican thing. That to me is what it sounded like from the outside. I think this is too insignificant to be causing this level of media chaos. Well, media is doing what it's doing, just giving it the attention they want to give it.
They all talk about whatever the hell they want to talk about, and it's absolutely ridiculous. We just had the stupid hurricanes that they were talking about. This is going to be horrible. On one of the models, it's showing it's going to come right for South Carolina. 12 models said it's going out, but no, it's definitely this model that's coming in. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, it turned.
Yeah.
It went out to sea like most of the models said it was going to, but we decided to focus on the one and create this hype and tell everyone to batten down the hatches and go buy food and water and secure themselves. And all of a sudden, it followed the course that was predicted to follow. Like, it's all of this hype, just like when you hear about snow here. Like, we don't get a whole lot of snow. I hear a lot about snow. I hear more talk about snow than the 2 inches that we get.
Dude, where the hell are you going? You're losing me so quick right now.
It's all the freaking hype from the media. It's just, It's all trying to get your attention for no reason. And that's what's happening with this.
Yeah, no, I agree. The media's doing its job. And I guess, geez, what does that make us?
Gullible?
But anyways, I was curious because I was thinking, all right, how long? I know when Trump was last in office, there was a shutdown. And
was that the longest one we've ever had, 30
so
days?
I did pull up my document, and in there you'll find a reference to all the historical government shutdowns. It should be an image. You want to just zoom in a little bit, and then we could work away. So the first one was in 76 when Ford was around. And then here's what I would notice immediately was that, at least from this perspective, it was mostly Democrat. And then you get down a little bit. No, you don't have to zoom in.
I was getting a circle.
Okay. Go down. Okay, this is not counting the one that just happened. So this one only has it up until Trump was first administration.
Yep.
So the border wall funding, I remember that because there was that screaming match with him and Chuck Schumer in the what's that one room? Was it in the Oval Office?
I believe so.
Where they were both having that yelling match about it's like, oh, if you shut it right, if I have to shut it down, I'll take it. I'll put that on me. But you tried it before, it didn't work. Now it's on me. Like, I remember that whole screaming match. That was a whole entertaining thing in itself. But the latest one now is with Trump once again, which will put him at 4.
This will be 4.
4 events. And then the next person, that would put him with who? Who had the most shutdowns here under their...
It's probably Carter.
Zoom out a little bit. Yeah.
Oh,
So
Reagan,
we have
but
Reagan is
but-
stacking. This is split.
Okay, but Reagan was also there for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Carter was only there for 4.
Uh-huh.
And Trump has 3 in his 4 years.
So keep going up.
So just keep that in mind.
So
Okay, so Carter had 5 in his 4 years.
oh, the filibuster. Is that the move that they pull to put? I forget. Is that what the move they pulled to put Congress in recess or something like that for like a while until they figure something else out or something?
I thought the filibuster was suspended. Have they brought that back?
I don't know. I could be mixing my
Last
stuff
I
up.
heard, the filibuster was suspended.
Don't even mind that. Okay, so who has the most one right now? Is it Reagan?
Reagan would have the most, but if you want to factor in he was in there for 8 years,
Yeah.
then we're back to Carter.
How many does he have total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he has 8.
But also look that all of Reagan's combined, like Reagan's are 1 to 3 days max.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like they went on and on.
So
and
Trump
on.
has the longest one right now from the last one.
35 days is definitely the longest.
Go up, see if there's any long. Here's what I'm interested about next now. Go down. So 30. We're in day 3. Do weekends count?
Yeah, they count weekends.
Okay. Go to what's that one betting app, Kelsha? Or go to Polymarket. Go to Polymarket. I wonder what. So you remember how we covered Polymarket last year? You can't do betting in the U.S. with Polymarket. It's illegal apparently. Let's see here. When will the government shutdown now end? What people are saying? How many days? Hold on. Let's see. Government shutdown tab. Right next to the search bar, there's a government. Yeah, go right there. Let's see. How long? Does anybody have anything for how long? How many? When will the government shutdown end? 9% are saying between October 6th and the 9th. So that is Monday and Wednesday, right? Monday and Wednesday, and between the 3rd and the 5th.
Monday and Thursday.
What is it?
Monday and Thursday.
Monday, Thursday? Okay. And then how many days will the federal government be shut down in 2025 is the next one? More people are saying that it's going to be 4 to 9. Huh. What do you think? The longest... Now, let's go back to that picture again. What was his 35...
35 days.
35, 9, and 3.
Well, those are hours. Well, 9 hours.
Oh, 9 hours. I'm
and
sorry.
Then 3 days.
3 days. So 9 hours, 3 days, and 35 days. How long do you think this one had to last? If we were to be a betting man, go back to Polymarket, which one would you bet on? You know, this is so sad. We shouldn't even be betting. Like, this is terrible. Oh, man, I'm going to get canceled. Let's see here. Would you say...
Well, I mean, look at this. It's only saying like 9% are saying it's going to end by the 9th. So that means that, 90% think it's going to go past that.
Yeah. That's very true.
Trump's dug his heels in, and like this doesn't make sense. If the Republicans vote together, problem solved.
Well, let's leave
So
it this.
you can't even say it's a Republican versus Democrat problem because the Republicans can solve this, but the Republicans can't all vote the same way.
Look, if this is really what it's coming down to, and I think I have the details of what's causing this government shutdown, I'll say it here and I'll say it loud. I'm with the left on this one. I think giving with the group that they're trying to exclude, the small population that it is, it's not worth all of the people that are missing out, going to be potentially missing out on the benefits, that they rightfully.
Forget about the small population.
Yeah.
We're also talking about the majority of people that, like, we're talking about everybody who's on the Affordable Care Act, everybody who's on Obamacare. That's a good chunk of the country. We're talking like 30-40% of the country.
More the reason.
Is on this. So a good portion of the United States is affected by this OBBBA Act because.
How did you do that? That was good. That was impressive. That was impressive. I don't think you could do that twice if you tried. Jeez.
So this does affect people that are on the marketplace and they won't get their subsidy, which again, the subsidy only carries them through the year. At the end of the year, if it turns out they made too much money, the government claws that subsidy back. So you're just making it affordable throughout the year, and then people end up getting a smaller tax refund because the government takes that subsidy back in the form of taking back part of their tax refund. So it's not like the government's losing out at the end of the day. Essentially, the government's just kind of giving people a temporary loan for up to a year, and then they get their money back.
Yeah.
And I think the government can afford to be in a position to be a loan so people can
have
health insurance.
If that's what's causing it, then I'm on the left with this one. And if there's something that we're missing, hey, let us know. We'll bring you on Pierce Morgan style. We'll dial you in. Or whatever the case is, we'll pull you up, and then you can give us your side on it. Happy to do that. Over or under 35 days? Obviously, we hope under. But knowing Trump...
I think it'll be under 35 days, but I'm not expecting it to be settled next week.
Okay. Yeah, no, same. Yeah, so let's hope under 35 days that they figure something out. So, I mean, that was a lot, Arthur. That was 47 minutes of the question. We've been diving deep on some of these topics. All right. Not to go too much into too much. Since we're in politics already, let's stick to that. Okay. Let's specifically dive into, and you probably know what I'm going to get into right now, is Israel influencer funding. So, I don't know if you guys remember, but I think it was earlier in the week, I texted you guys, and please pull up the picture I have, if you scroll down a little bit more, of the YouTube ad. There you go. So as you guys know, sometimes when I wear my suits, and don't pull it up yet. Sometimes when I wear my suits, I wear it with a pin, right? With either the American pin or the American and Ecuador flag pin. I'll do either or, depending on what the function is or what I'm feeling. I was scrolling through YouTube the other day, and it was very, very random. Never seen this before in my life. I get this ad, and you can pull it up. The Get Your Free Flag Pin by the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews. I've never gotten an ad like that before.
Did you get your pin?
I did not. Pull up our Instagram really quick. Sorry. This was last second here. On a separate tab. Yeah, just pull up our Instagram real quick, because I did post an article, but go to profile. And then go down. I think I posted about it. Yeah, go down. Yeah, right there. That picture right there with BB. And guys, follow us on Instagram at the.ep podcast. And on X, EP podcast on X. That's the Twitter handle. So this happened 2 weeks ago. Israel signed a $45 million Hasbro ad deal with Google. Now, as we know, YouTube is owned by Google. And for $45 million. And literally this week, I get this ad. So this started raising some questions to me, right? Marketing is essential to any attention you're trying to grab. And I do some research, and turns out that there is some stuff happening here. So there has been some internal contracts revealing that in 2024 and in 2025, Israel's government, through a firm called Bridge Partners, has paid U.S. influencers up to $7,000 proposed to share pro-Israel content on platforms like TikTok and Instagram under a campaign called the Esther Project. The total budget for the campaign is reported around $900,000, intended to fund 75 to 90 posts from June through September. So I was like, wow, this is a big push.
Oh, it's even bigger than that.
Okay, what do you have?
So, in addition to that, there is $1.5 million a month going to a former Trump strategist.
I think you're bringing this up.
And as of December of 2024, Israel has decided to up this campaign to $150 million for the year.
Well, I mean, you
So
saw
$150 million is being spent to
you
promote
saw
their
how
image.
Bibi gets treated when Benjamin gets treated when he comes to the White House. I mean, Trump pulls the chair before him. I mean, pull up the picture, look it up really quick, or the video. Trump pulling the chair open for Benjamin Netanyahu. Benjamin, yep, there you go. Pulling chair. No, second video. Eesh, close. There you go. This was not too long ago. It was a while, but not too long ago.
I mean, Netanyahu is essentially part of his son-in-law's family.
You could just fast forward and find the part where you can mute it. You can mute it. This is just music that could get us copyright. There you go. Look at that. I've never seen him do that to anybody else.
How about Melania?
Not even, dude. I mean, maybe Melania. I would hope Melania. But he gets very royal treatment. Now, guys, I have some Jewish friends, and I have some friends that travel back and forth to Israel. I just think that this is very interesting. I'm not going to be conspiring or anything here, but this is very, very specific. There was this video here of Benjamin Netanyahu at the Israel Institute of New York briefing earlier this month, and I thought this was really, really interesting to watch. Let's watch it together, guys. This was at a content creator space.
Christian influence.
Fast forward a little bit, because it was like a hook edit. So go to like 5 seconds.
Okay. You said
You're
talked
fine,
about
leave
the
it.
woke right, and you said I call it
watch
the
this.
woke Reich. That's a brilliant observation. The woke Reich, because these people, they're not any different from the woke left. I mean, they're insane. They're loonies.
This is a question.
And so specifically with Charlie Kirk's assassination, who was a big mentor of mine, who's my first mentor in the space, evangelicals, from all my research, evangelicals are the reason that Israel has been supported in public sphere outside of just Jews. So with Charlie's assassination and with the kind of trajectory that we see with like Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, I guess I'm curious about what's another game plan if we lose evangelical support for the state of Israel. What's our backup plan to be strong, like outside of the diaspora?
Christian influencers. Okay. You said we talked about the woke right, and you said I call it the woke Reich. That's a brilliant observation. The woke Reich, because these people, they're not any different from the woke left. I mean, they're insane.
It gets real.
But they're actually meeting on some of the things. And what we have to do is we have to secure that part of the base of our support in the United States. That is being challenged systematically. A lot of this is done with money. Money of NGOs, vast. Money of governments, vaster. Okay? We have to fight back. How do we fight back? Our influencers. I think you should also talk to them if you have a chance. To that community, they're very important. And secondly, we're going to have to use the tools of battle. You know, the weapons change over time.
Hear this part.
You can't fight today with swords. That doesn't work very well. Okay, and you can't fight with cavalry. That doesn't work very well. And you have these new things, you know, like drones, things like that. I won't get into that. But we have to fight with the weapons that apply to the battlefields in which we're engaged. And the most important ones are the social media.
Pause it
The
real
most
quick.
important purchase that is going on.
He said we can't fight with swords, with cavalry. We need to be using the weapons of relevant to the fight that we're fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful. First off, powerful. And then he says social media. That just screams psychological warfare. Psychological warfare. He continues with more after that.
Right now is class TikTok. TikTok, number one. And I hope it goes through because it can be consequential. And the other one, what's the other one that's most important? X. Exactly. Very good. And, you know, so we have to talk to Elon. He's not an enemy. He's a friend. We should talk to him. Now, if we can get those two things, we get a lot. And I could go on other things, but that's not the point right now. We have to fight the fight, okay? To give direction to the Jewish people and give direction to our non-Jewish friends or those who could be our Jewish our friends. Are we going to succeed with everyone? No. Will there be a strong counterpart? Yes.
TikTok and X. TikTok, Oracle, right now, they're working out a deal where they could purchase 80% of TikTok. I hate to be this person. I hate to be this person, but I have to be this person to point it out. Who is the CEO of TikTok? Of Oracle. Do you know top of mind?
Isn't it Eliason or
First name. Click on that first name.
Yeah.
Now, he has been the CEO since 1997 to 2014, and now is Chief Technology Officer and Executive Chairman. Now, let's look up. I don't even know how to word this right. Is Larry Ellison Jewish? I mean, I don't know how more straightforward I could be. So, I don't know.
Well, keep reading. But he is a religious skeptic.
That's
and
fine.
Did not have a bar mitzvah. Refusing to subscribe to Judaism dogmas. So, I mean, it's...
No, I get it, but, you know, Benjamin is saying, we need to get TikTok, Oracle, 80%, and then they want X. I mean, what are your reactions on this? I'm just throwing questions up in the air. I'm not making any conclusions or anything or any conspiracies, but there's something going on here.
Dying of starvation, and you're spending $150 million on the internet or social media. I think your priorities aren't quite correct. I think I mean, how much food would $150 million provide? Food for everybody for over a year? Mm-hmm. So how much food is going to take for the year, take that out of that budget, and then you can waste the money.
And what are you specifically talking about here?
People are starving over there.
Uh-huh. And you're referring to specifically what? Gaza?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So your people are over there starving, and instead of feeding them, I'm going to take that money and put it into social media advertising.
Now, the crazy thing about that is I don't think that they're currently allowing any outside reporters or media outlets into that space. Anything that we hear directly from inside is from the group itself, from like BB and all the people he control, or maybe something leaks, which sounds very similar to what is it? North Korea? Is it North Korea? I always mix the two. North Korea?
Yeah, Kim Jong-un of North Korea.
You can't I don't even think you're allowed to record videos in there or something like that. Like,
Nope.
I don't know, but yet you want to buy media, like, or influence. Isn't that interesting?
It is.
Oh, like, I don't know how to feel about this, man. You know, if Israel sent some money my way. No.
Oh, we know.
No. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna ask a question.
Put that pin right on.
Oh my God, bro! You're
that
gonna
dual
get
flag
me
pin
killed.
You'll be wearing everywhere.
Oh my God! No. See, I don't even think I could ask that question without getting us in trouble. Here's what happened, right?
Not us, more you.
Before Charlie Kirk died, one of the things that's floating around is that he got offered. I don't want to say this wrong. Look up Charlie Kirk offered by Israel $150 million contract or something like that. 150. That doesn't matter. 150 million is all the same. There you go. Just to see the headlines, kind of go there. Okay. Multiple reports is offer Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA $150 million to cash to adopt it even more. I'm gonna guess. Israel-friendly propaganda, whatever the term was. Yeah. I don't know, guys. You know, it's a complicated spot. Like, oof. They're trying to influence voices here. I can't make a comment on this. I can't. Why? So why bring it up, Emilio? I don't know. I just think it's crazy. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, at the end of the day, you still got to live with yourself, so...
Yeah, that's very good. That's a very good point. Yeah, 150 million. Oh, I don't know, guys. If it's knowing, like your comment, right? You're going to give me 150 million, but then that's going on there. You know, where are your priorities? Very, very weird. What do you guys think? What do you guys think is up with that? I'm curious to get your insight. I feel like there's some people right now that want to say the quiet thing out loud viewing this, and I'm happy to hear it. Again, we'll do this Pierre Morgan style, bring you in and get your thoughts on everything. But he's been on now. Benjamin Netanyahu now has been on the Nelk Boys. They got a crazy ton backlash. He's been on the PBD podcast. He got a ton of backlash. Literally, I haven't seen him on any interview where he really gets any hard-hitting questions. And there's even some rumors going around saying that prior to these interviews happening, they try to limit what to and not ask. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Our whole slogan here is, what is it? Unbiased opinion, unscripted interviews. I mean, am I saying it right or am I butchering it? Sorry, guys. It's been a long day. Someone pull this up. Jesus, we're about to look terrible.
Unscripted voices.
Unscripted voices. Sorry. Unbiased news, unscripted voices. So, I don't know. If they were like, oh, and by the way, here's our new banner and head. But 150 million. Wow, a lot of money. So, should we go end on a lighter tone, or do you want to end it there?
End on a lighter tone.
Guys, all right. You know what? Let's talk about, what do you want to talk about? Because there's really not much light stuff. Oh, did he? No, I'm kidding.
Your boy?
He is only getting a little bit over 4 years. What's it called? Because the verdict came out, I think it was like yesterday. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about what Gen Alpha wants to be when they grow up. We'll close on that. Jesus, this thing is dragging out a little bit. It's awkward conversation, man. The Israel conversation is a touchy one. Wonder what feedback I'm going to get from here. Yeah, so pull up this image, please, so I can shut up. Okay, so this is provided by Boardroom. It was a survey of 910 people, U.S. Gen Alphas, aged from 12, 15, they were asked what they want to be when they grow up. 32% of them said YouTuber, 21% said TikTok, followed by being a doctor / a nurse. Arthur, what are your thoughts on this?
Just supports that we're in trouble.
Okay, what do you mean by that? Unpack that a little bit.
Well, let's just quickly go through this. I'm not aware of 19% of the population creating video games. So there's going to be a lot of people with some upset dreams. Sports athlete at 15%. I'm really not quite sure that we get close to that mark where 15% of people become a professional athlete.
Yeah.
Last I heard, it was less than 1%.
Yep.
But I'm not seeing anything in the trades.
Yeah.
So
More money in trade.
I don't see basics like electrician, plumber. Like, everyone's going to want to have a house. Last I heard, people still want to have indoor plumbing and indoor electric, not having outhouses and reading by candlelight. So it's...
Yeah, I
there's a
mean,
demand
the
for
most
the
normal
trades.
ones I'm seeing here is doctor, nurse, and teacher. From, like, the usual one. Like, you're not seeing a firefighter or a cop, an astronaut, or anything like that anymore.
Well, I mean, let's be realistic. A teacher is kind of like a police officer with superpowers type of thing. You have to do everything a police officer does and teach his kid as well.
Yeah. But look, streamer even got more than musician. There's a lot of money going into streaming. Aisha Speed just got done his 35-day U.S. tour. That was crazy. And then the other guy, Kaisenad, he finished I think it was like a 30 to 35-day mafiathon where they nonstop streamed for that long. Entrepreneur, I've never seen entrepreneur on a list like this. Okay. But obviously the influencer route is continuing to grow. But man, hey, guys, I got news for you wanting to do YouTube.
Should have watched the last 4 hours.
Yeah. As they say, ain't sweet, you know? It's very tough, man. It's very tough. I mean, we didn't see our first penny from AdSense, I think, until almost 2 years in. And it's been feeling like an eternity.
And
But
it's
hey.
literally a penny.
Yeah. Literally. I remember that because I screenshot it and I sent it to you guys. Guys, we made our first penny from ads. Look at this. Now we're up to $1. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, man, it's tough. I think people are starting to mix practical skills versus what looks nice, and thinking that those two correlate. Because in all reality, at least I think, the most unsexiest job that earned the most money. Like you said, the trades. Being an electrician, being a plumber. Even like some plumbers make crazy money. Being a welder. What else? What was the other one I was thinking of? Just like all those fields like that. They make a lot of, like, dude, even being accounting. Being in accounting isn't sexy at all, but man, they freaking make money. But YouTuber, man, you might have a better chance getting into a pyramid scheme and making to the top of the pyramid scheme than being a well-paid off YouTuber. That's just me, though.
But I mean, this is also, we have people age 12 to 15.
Right.
So
a lot of creatively.
So we're
thought
not
decisions.
there yet. And then you also look at like jobs you see on television, and there's a lot of shows about doctors and nurses. So that's going to be. So I mean, what are they experiencing right now? You're watching
They
sports.
think it's going to be like Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like that at all, guys. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you, ladies. Yeah.
The other thing about this is it adds up to 183%. And if you look at the fine print, that it says they selected all careers they're aspiring. So some of these could be people saying they want to be a doctor, nurse, and a YouTuber.
Oh,
So I could
okay.
just check the box a couple of times.
Yeah.
Not shocking for coming from a 12, 15-year-old. Huh. Okay. All right. Well, geez, I guess we'll get you a camera
So what
next.
did you want to do when you were 12 or 15 years old? So let's start. You were just...
I wanted to be an American citizen. I was not one at the time. I'm kidding. If I gotta be completely honest with you guys, and this is just fully being honest, I don't think I even knew what the hell I was at that time in terms of my citizenship. I knew I was some sort of legal thing, but I didn't know what the hell permanent resident was. I didn't know what the hell green card was or any of that crap. Because I didn't become a citizen until 18, I think.
A little bit older than that.
Yeah.
When I met you, you weren't a citizen.
Yeah.
And then you couldn't even tell me what your status was. Like,
Yeah.
I'm legal.
He asked me status. I said single.
He's like, I'm legal, but I don't know anything more than that. I don't know officially what. I'm here legally, but I don't know anything past that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, I don't know. I really don't know. At one time, and this is me doing a little TMI, my mom dated or was married to a retired NYPD officer, and man, I hated his guts. I say that because he was a very principled, firm man, right? Which I now appreciate, which is why I say that, which is why I'm okay with saying that. And I didn't understand him then. I felt that way about a lot of people as I've gotten older. And I specifically wanted to become an FBI agent just to one-up him. So other than that, I couldn't tell you anything else. Didn't go that way either way. I'm freaking making YouTube videos. Like, what the hell's going on, guys? All right. Well, Arthur, unless you have any other closing thoughts, let's wrap it up there. Cool?
All right. Well, with everything that's going on in the world, if you're going to go out with your flag pins, I would just wear the American one. I wouldn't wear the one with the Ecuador. I mean, ICE is still running around out there, so let's try and keep you here for as long as possible.
Bonus points if you get the one with the Israel flag. Bonus points if you get the one with the Israel flag. Go get it. It's free. I think that's what they said. It was promised a while ago. So, oof, that was a bad joke. Anyways, eppodcast.store. Subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. Send it to your friends. We have many more episodes to come. Almost 100 episodes until next. Wait. Before then, at the.eb podcast on Instagram, EB podcast on X. Follow us everywhere, man. Let's keep in touch. We have a whole lot of different situations happening. So stay in the know-how. All right, guys. Till next time.